Let's talk about plumbing. In one of my previous videos, I was explaining to you how I had a $50,000 plumbing mistake, and it was because I didn't camera the lines. So in every project that we do anymore, I always camera the lines because I want to know what we're hooked to, make sure that we have the right depth on the sewer lines, and just be able to support a salon suite. So we had a project and we did all of that. And we, set up our designs, we were ready to go. And this space was a subdivided space. So like we took a portion of a larger space. So that the tenant next to us actually got up and opened probably about a year before us. And, we never thought anything of it. Most contractors, when they see any kind of plumbing lines, they would do their due diligence to make sure that they follow back to see what it was attached to. Well, lo and behold, we did our project, and a week before we were opening, our plumbers noticed that all of our plumbing was filled with water. And at the time we had 5 bathrooms in that space. We had 2 upstairs and or 3 upstairs, and we had 2 downstairs. And we remodeled the 2 downstairs. And again, all the plumbing in our whole facility was filled. So the plumbers came in, they started doing their due diligence, trying to find, why it was blocked. Well, what happened was the tenant next to us who, the space was subdivided, that contractor cut our sewer lines and removed us from the lateral, and we had no idea. So here we are a week before opening, and it took us 3 weeks to identify the problem. Then, because this tenant was a corporation, they didn't want to take responsibility. The contractor for that company didn't want to take responsibility. And you have to remember, when you're doing a salon suite, we're doing all of this pre-leasing so that by the time we open our doors, we have people in there. So this particular facility had 22 studios. So we had 12 people ready to roll. And it turned out that we were supposed to open February 8th. By the time we went through all of the due diligence and went through the corporation to get the work approved to get done, because we had to close their store, it took from February 8th all the way to May 15th. And in that time frame, we lost all but one person because they ended up going somewhere else. So that was like a 4-month, delay. That incident alone cost me over $250,000 in lost revenue. And it's actually lost income, because what happened was those people that we had lined up ready to go, they ended up going to other spaces. And again, lesson learned, it's not even good enough now for you to actually, camera the lines before, but if you notice that somebody moved into your space after or moved into something close to you before you start your construction, double check the plumbing, double check your electrical lines, double check the water, just to make sure that they didn't do anything to your space while they were under construction. And again, when it comes to, pre-filling your space, it's so important. And what happens is, these people end up going somewhere else if they don't get in on your timeline. And it's so important to check all those boxes. And again, it was a very expensive mistake that, cost us hundreds of thousands of dollars through no fault of our own. And the landlord on that particular deal had to pay for the repairs of it, but it was because we lost these, tenants who were ready to go in. So again, like and follow for more tips and tricks like this to help you with your salon suites. Thanks.